Welcome back, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
So we are
Over,
back.
Mr. President, I think we can continue.
Okay, so let me try and share my screen. Right, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see it.
I need to make it into a slideshow. Let me see. Right, is that better?
Yes, clear.
Okay, all right. So I think we're on this slide when we left earlier on. So according to the time that I was given, I am going to speak for the next 15 minutes, and then we can discuss whatever situations that we have. So we are on about knowing your closing ratio.
Yes, I'm still there.
Yes, so Zelda does one of the most interesting jobs. She sells property. When you're talking about property, atitara macheya kane matebhuru ari mumba. Kutaura property. What's your closing ratio, Zelda?
Well, mine is, I think, the most strenuous one. So basically, I can say 15:1.
15:1.
That is inquiries, then convert into viewings, convert into offers, and yeah, leading to a
Then
closing.
one man in the bank.
Yeah.
So you're doing extremely well there. Because if you are going to talk to 15 people and you sell one property, which is quite remarkable. The other thing that we also need to know about, besides closing ratio, is the cycle of how people buy, right? Who was talking about selling perfumes, right? So I think it was who was talking about selling perfumes? Was it
Peniel.
Yes, Peniel. Okay, Peniel was talking about selling perfumes. So you realize that there's like a buying cycle that people have. So after, say, about 20-25 days, you must know that ningi perfume yake inofana kunge yapera by now, and you go back. In my business as a vehicle sales consultant, I will know that company X and X, they usually replace their vehicles after, say, 5 years, or after 100,000 Ks or 200,000 kilometers. It's very important for me to know that. So it's also very important for you, even you know, after 3 weeks, so your closing ratio is important, but also the replacement cycle of your customers is also very important. Okay, so you sell yourself first before you even sell your product, because you as a person, as Melissa or as Eugene, you are a brand on your own. Before you even sell whatever it is that you're selling, you sell yourself first. So if you, the person, you're not sellable, then your brand, whatever brand that you're selling, is likely not going to be a good sell. And so, as I said earlier on, I think there's another slide that I said people buy from people that they like. My mother had, I'll give you an example of a real life situation. She went to the doctor on Saturday, but she didn't see the usual doctor. So I know a doctor, and the usual doctor was not there. And she likes this doctor. And now she believes that doctor, I need my usual doctor, because but I think it's psychological, because the doctor didn't sell himself well like the other doctor, and she didn't like she didn't like this doctor because so it's an issue. You need to sell yourself first before you even start selling your product. So how do you sell yourself first? Your presentation, how you look, your grooming and deportment. You need to know the customer that you are going to be selling to. So before you actually go out to a customer, do a bit of research. I'm going to see a politician. He supports this party. Or I'm going to see CEO of this company. He supports this football team, or he supports this rugby team. You know, and you when you go there, you have already researched about the customer, because it's important that you know what your customers like, and it's part of, you know, trying to be the likable person. So you need to make sure that your brand, you as a person. So if Rutendo works for a certain company, you might realize that she's got her own brand, how she deals with people, how she interacts with people, such that even if she leaves, she might live with some customers, not all of them. There are some customers that might say, you know what, and especially if you are still doing the same product, because you as a person, you're your own brand. You're selling a company product, but yourself, you're also your own brand. You need to understand that, and you need to make sure that your brand is always up there, because that's the thing that you do not lose. You might lose your company, you might lose the where you're working, you might resign, you might move on, you might get fired, but you always a person, you're always there. And so you need to make sure that you sell yourself first before you actually sell your person. So your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. That's quite profound. So what do I say about Joram when he's not there? Do I say, what do I say about you when you're not in the room? What do people say about you when you're not in the room? What do you think about Coca-Cola when you just think it? So these are things that you need to be able to have a brand that people appreciate. You need to have a brand that people trust. What sales is it's a trust game. So when people are thinking about I want to buy a property. Are they going to think of Zelda? If they want to buy a laptop or they want computers for their workplace, are they going to think about Joram? If they're going to want cakes, are they going to think about Melissa? So this is quite important. So as part of your of building your brand, you need to know how to present yourself. You need to know your principles. Have principles that you say, you know what, beyond this, this I can't do. I cannot steal. I cannot do I don't need the side because these are my principles. These are my values. You need to know your product as part of your personal branding. Don't be a wishy-washy person. You might dress well, but you have no idea what you're selling. You might dress badly, but you know what you're doing. So this is some of this is part of being a brand that people will say, ah, Ningi akamira so. Kana usipi. You need to dress up. That slide doesn't necessarily mean those who are shadily dressed, but if you look at this scenario, if you were to buy a Range Rover from any of these 4 people, you are likely to buy from those people that are on your right, the guy in glasses and the lady just underneath there, because they're dressed well, they look confident, they know what they look like they know what they're doing, as compared to the other 2 people. And in sales, we always say you believe in yourself and you reinvent yourself every day. You reinvent yourself every day. Reinventing yourself every day, it's one of the greatest things that you can ever do. Because the person that I talked to yesterday, right, should be different to the person that I'm talking to today. That different person should be a better person. If not now, then when? Because you want to make sure that you believe in yourself, you believe in your business, you believe in your product, you believe in your company, and you believe in if you're an accountant, you believe in yourself, you believe in your profession, right? A lot of people don't believe in their company. For example, they don't believe in their boss. But Tiriko. So that Tiriko mentality is what you project to your customers. That Tiriko, this also, really, this also, pressure, but this also is exactly what you project to your customers. So you might think, go share my problems in Zimbabwe, but that is exactly how you are portraying yourself, how you are portraying your company, how the customer thinks your product will do for them. It's a wish-wash. So let's make sure that you believe in yourself, you believe in your product, you believe in your brand, you believe in everything about yourself. And reinventing yourself every day is if you get 5 no's today, Mangwana, go out and get 6. The next day, go out and get 7. Because the more you get your no's, you're closer to your yes. Because remember, une closing ratio yauri kufollowa, yauri kuziva kuti ndikataura nani 5 wanachatenga. So you are essentially looking for the yes, but you're also looking for the no's, because you know with every no, I'm closer to my yes. And so believe in yourself, reinvent yourself every day. So wakaita nezuro and you see it's not working, reinvent. So wakaita last year and it worked, reinvent it and make it better. If you're visiting if you're doing cold calling, which is just visiting your customers every day, maybe try and make appointments. If you're making appointments and you think it's not working, try cold calling. So that's reinventing yourself every day. Indeed. So a typical salesperson has high levels of confidence and high levels of self-esteem. Am I still talking to people? Is Gina, are you still there? Gina, are you there? Well, Melissa is here, I can see. Madam, Mr. President, welcome.
How are you, my president?
I'm well. How are you? I just needed to hear someone else's voice because you're not gonna pass it out.
No, that's fine. Triple.
Right, excellent. So as a salesperson, you accept full responsibility for your results. And if you are not selling, I always say numbers don't lie. So your numbers do not lie. If at the end of the year you've got 0 sales, don't accept responsibility for your results. Don't go about blaming the economy, blaming the elections, blaming what it's your results show. So accept full responsibility of your results. And your average sales, you need to have an average, above average ambition and desire to sell. Have you ever gone into town and we end up a shop? You might actually end up leaving because they are consumed with whatever they're doing, and you're there, you're standing, you want to spend your money, and the person doesn't seem like they care. Their average, their desire to sell is below average. But you as a salesperson, your desire to sell is above average. Maybe not even. I wish there was another word because average seems like it's not a word really, but what I'm saying is you must have the desire to sell your product must be high up there. Kana uchitengesa makeke tikutaura kuti unoda kumeka sure kuti every cake that you sell or that you bake it's sold. Every perfume that you carry in your bag every day, it's gone at the end of the day. And please continue to write kama
Hello.
We couldn't hear you.
Okay, it seems like we have lost him, but I think he'll be joining in.
So as we wait for Mr. President to join back, maybe we can type in the questions that we have for him. The chat box is still empty. Did we understand everything? No questions or? Hi everyone. An update from Mr. President. He was booted out, so he's still trying to rejoin so that we can wrap up.
That's okay.
Okay, say you can continue.
So I think let me just maybe wrap up. How many more minutes do we have? So as I was saying, we need to make sure that we know our products like inside out. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to believe in our company. We need to believe in the in everything that we are doing. And so as and we need to reinvent yourself. All right. So as a salesperson, you need to take responsibility of yourself. Be determined to work hard, believe in yourself, believe in your company and in your product, and be honest with yourself and other people. And you need to be able to turn my strangers into friends. So be open, be able to network, and finally take no positive. Like I was saying, you need to look for those no's, because the more no's you have, the closer you are to getting a yes. And so let's just discuss those that are in sales, or those that are that have something to ask. Let's ask so before we close the session, because I know that we are a bit tight on time. So Melissa says, what's the link between so we are now on question and answer because of time. I'm happy to come back and continue and finish the training some other day. So what's the link between marketing and sales? For example, when there are a few prospects in the funnel, is it sales or it's a marketing crisis? So who wants to take this question? Is that choose? Samuel or Rutendo? You know what, it's very difficult to try and differentiate. Yeah, so we have 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes to have some serious fun before we leave. So it's very difficult to differentiate between marketing and sales. It's almost like a chicken and egg situation, where what comes first? Is it the egg or the chicken? Because marketing, you are portraying a certain image. You are going out there and telling people what to do, what how you want people to view you. Sales is the actual doing. So if you say, mukauya kupasa kwedu isusu tinokuseva in 10 minutes, and then we come to your office, and then the salesperson takes 12 minutes or less, or whatever the question is. That's how that's how you can marry. But it's very difficult to separate and say which one is better. You know, it's like a marriage. If we have any questions, Melissa, I'm happy to discuss any interesting issues or any perspectives that people have.
Okay, we had questions that people had asked before you were booted out. So I was also booted out, so I lost all the questions. So maybe if you still have one or two.
I see Joram is present.
All right.
Joram,
Thank you. Thank you. I saw Zelda is ahead. Zelda, Tarantino, same question. Okay, I will just ask on behalf of Zelda.
Mhm.
What's the not this one? How does one overcome fear of rejection in sales? Even with some experience, fear still grips when I wish to make some calls or visit some prospects.
Okay, so fear of rejection. Remember what I said about my customers. They're afraid of making a wrong decision. My salespeople, especially salespeople, were afraid of rejection. So it's normal that you are apprehensive because you are afraid of the no that is coming, and it's a very normal situation. The only answer that I can give you is not all days are the same. So go out there and look for that no, because because with every no, your yes is coming. Do you know you can actually work so hard. Zvekuti Zelda watosvika palevel yekuti kutoti this is a done deal, and then it's rejected. So you must know that it's part of the package, and you just need to be prepared for it. Kuti at any given time, someone angona no, kana kuti yes. Because remember that my closing ratios, the reason why I was saying closing ratio is you need to understand how many no's you get before you actually get a yes. That's where the trick is. So anticipate those. Joram, you sell a product that's not everyone necessarily buys. How have you been dealing with your rejections?
All right. With my rejections, yeah, I just sometimes someone will just tell you, I don't need it now or I can't afford it now. So I just take them as they are, the rejections, and try to look for those who are in need of the product. But those whom I see potential with, I always try to then make a follow-up. Even after 2 months or 6 months, I still make a
Yeah.
follow-up and find out if they are still interested.
So you actually raise a very important question. I'm coming to you just now. So you actually raise a very important question. Kuti, it's not a transaction. It's you're building a relationship with your prospect. So even if they say, no, I'm not buying at the moment. Do you know how many people are willing to give you information if you say, so who else do you think would buy a laptop? They might say, but ndina mainini wangu ari kutsvaga chakati, and before you know it, wautanga kutaura namainini. Zelda, your hand is
Yes. My question is very simple. Thank you so much for the lovely presentation. I really appreciate all the nuggets, and they really apply to my specific industry. My question is simple. How was your first year in sales? Let's not only say your first year, second year.
all right. So I was in insurance, but still it was still sales. I think the sales that I would like to speak about is probably the motor in the motor industry. So the first year was very hard. I even got warning letters. Kuti Shaman, your colleagues are performing way better than you. And so my first year was horrible. To make matters worse, I also had colleagues wekuti waiti iwewe ukataura ndataura naZelda weku realtors. Oh, but no, that's my customer. I've been dealing with him for the past 5 years. musiye zvako. Ukandataura nhingi, so there was an environment yanga iri bullish, but I kept planting. Munoziva zvekuti you eat what you kill. You keep planting, you keep filling your funnel, you keep filling your funnel. My mentality was that of a customer relationship management person. You continue planting, you keep talking to your customers, even if they're not buying, even if they tell you that Shamari will never buy a Nissan, we prefer Toyota, but you keep, you keep talking to them. But I can tell you the first 2 years were really tough. I remember, I wish I had kept some of the letters, some of the warning letters to say, your colleagues have sold 15 cars this month, you're on 5. It's not acceptable. And you're thinking I'm doing my best, until I then said, okay, let's go for it. And if I remember, I had 3 years in a row, 3 straight years in a row, did the top salesperson. So it's about planting. You keep planting. You keep planting. But it was not an easy year to answer you. Yes. Any other question? Are you answered, Zod?
Yes, I'm answered. It's
How was your year? How was your
stories.
first year in brief?
Well, my first year, really, I think in the first year I was doing it part-time, so I only sold one property the whole year.
Okay.
So yeah, it can be really tough, although the second year was the best. So sometimes it can be really tough, and these success stories motivate other salespeople to keep on keeping on.
Yes. So if I'm still to find out someone who has started their business and customers just flock to them. Most of it is, social media, whatever it is that we are doing, it's grinding, it's working. It's, if you're owning your own business, if you're running a side hustle, it's really grinding. The success comes after a lot of work. I see we are running out of time. I'll leave Madam Melissa to close the meeting.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Insightful nuggets indeed that we heard there. I heard you eat what you kill. If you don't kill,